Hello and welcome back to yet another Armory 3D tutorial. Now last video we talked about how to make the Flappy Birds video game. It was actually a two-part video tutorial. Now today I just want to recap on what I did. Well, not really recap, but more like show a different method on how to do some of the things. So what we're going to talk about in this video is actually getting the player's off-screen location. So detecting whether the player's visible on the screen or not. Now to do that, last time I used a on volume trigger, which is basically this mesh, but actually that's not the most optimized way to do it. I was just thinking, and we don't actually need this, so let's go ahead and just remove it. Let's go to the scripting tab, and we use the border script attached to this bottom object and the top one. And what we had was basically just sending an event out and removing the player, and then we had a volume trigger which was triggering it. So let's go ahead and remove all that. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to, well, first of all, let's assign the script to actually be a scene script. So let's go ahead and add in a new node tree, and we're going to select the border script trait, and so it's set to play as a scene trait. Now let's go ahead and grab a the main node. So it's going to be the off-screen node. So it's going to detect whether our player object right here is off screen, and if it is, it's going to do something. So as you can see, we have a ping output socket, and this is a Boolean node, Boolean output. So let's go ahead and grab a branch node. Now we've talked about the branch node before in the logic and decision making tutorial video I made for beginners. So let's plug the actual mesh output into the Boolean condition, and when the mesh is off screen, as in it is really off screen, it is true that it is off screen, it's going to remove the actual player. And so now all we need to do to complete this script is to actually grab a way to make it loop, to repeat it on multiple frames, because if not, it's just going to do this. Well, it's not actually going to do it at all because we haven't defined it to happen. So we can go to the event tab and go ahead and grab a on the update or a timer node. I'm going to grab a timer node for optimization because we don't actually need to do this 30 times or 60 times every single second. We can instead do it maybe 2 times a second and make sure you repeat it so it does actually do it every second. And now there we go, the script is complete. Every 2 times every second it's going to check if the mesh, the player, is off screen. If it is true that it's off screen, it's going to remove it and send out the global event to tell the other scripts that the player is dead. So let's go ahead and we can run this right away. And as you can see, the player is off screen and the death trigger is sending out an event to remove the player and to pop up all this logic right here. And there we go, everything is working fine. So as soon as the player is off screen, boom, everything is working. And as you can see, the pillars aren't needed, so there's no extra geometry in your scene that isn't necessary. And that is another alternative of how to make borders, or how to remove or do other interesting things with when your player's off screen, instead of limiting yourself to static objects. So thank you very much for watching, and if you want more, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video. Thanks for watching.